Good morning, everyone. Well, oh well, what a gloomy morning. It's raining outside. No way, I don't want the rain. Oh, what to do when it's raining? Boring. Anyways, so someone like me needs to be very, very busy and do some things, right? Do we all agree?
Oh.
I think so. So, Kelly here is cleaning up the living room. Okay, because Kelly needs to stay busy or else she gets herself into mischief. I think we all know that about Kelly.
Okay.
Alrighty. So, dun dun. I'm gonna move the table over a little bit. I got the remote right beside the TV. All the remotes like this. I got a Pika Pika hat, which is a Pika Pika day. Right? Right. It's a Pika Pika hat. So Pika Pika's happy. Alrighty. So Pika Pika is smiling because Pika Pika is allowed to smile. Right? Right. Because smiling is the most important thing of the day. When you wake up in the morning, you have to smile. Smile. Because it's a new day and new adventures will come my way. Right?
No.
Right. So, I'm cleaning up this table here. It's all nice and organized.
I'm pretty lucky.
What? So then I'm going to put my switch in its case so my switch doesn't get broken by accident. So there we go. My switch is awesomely bossome. I love it. Makes me smile every day. It keeps me out of trouble when I'm on the bussy wussy. Alright, so we have the switch. Put that away in my bag because that's where it belongs. But I'm not Ryan's house anyhow. So there we go. Alright, I'm going to move the camera for just a second. So, I got all my workbook stuff. I'm going to put it in my bag because that keeps me out of mischief sometimes. So, I'm going to put it right here for a minute as I tidy up this table to make it nice and clean. Because we love to keep our place nice and clean and organized, as always. Right? Right. Because when you're in a nice, clean environment, it's good for your brain and it's good for your health to make everything nice and cleaned up. So there we go. Put that back like that. Curtains are nice and open for some air and sunshine when the sunshine is blurry. So there we go. So everything looks good to me. Nice and cleaned up. I'm just going to sweep a little bit, so stay tuned for 1 minute. Where's the broom? All right. So it's very important to clean up. It's nice and healthy and everything. So I'm just doing some sweeping here. So it all works out. And it's all nice and cleaned up. Especially on a gloomy day. Sorry. So yes, I have so much energy as always. Oh boy, that fell down the camera. Okay. There. All right, everyone. Back at it again. Okay. So, this is our vlog of the day. Is cleaning up as independently. Very important because if we keep everything nice and clean and organized, then it's nice and good. Because then we don't have to, if we clean up every day, sweep or maybe sweep every second day, but if we sweep on a regular basis, that's how I'm gonna say it, then, and we pick up our toys and our electronics and our clothes every day and put them in where they're supposed to be every day, then the cool thing is we don't have to make a whole day of cleaning our room or cleaning our spot. Because if it's done every day, then we don't need to do it. Then we don't need to spend 6-7 hours cleaning up our room or our space. If we clean up every day, then guess what? Then we don't have to worry about cleaning everything up in one day before our parents or our caregivers have to say, time to clean up. And then you're like, oh, I don't want to clean up for the whole day. I want to go out and see my friends and do my thing. Am I right? I think I'm right. So, very important lesson here is this, is let's keep our fun space clean at all times, because then, guess what? Then our parents or our caregivers don't have to be like, oh, I need you to clean your room today. Because if you do it on a regular basis, then you don't need to worry about it being asked to do it. And that's one thing that's really cool, is if you show your parents you can keep your area clean, then guess what? Your parents aren't going to be as tired, am I right? I think I'm right. As tired as being like, oh, come on, clean up your room, please. And you don't really want to clean up your room. So guess what? Vlog of the day is this. It's very important to keep your space clean. Because I know I love a clean environment. And the other cool thing is keeping your room clean, keeping your apartment or wherever you are clean. It just makes you feel good because you've accomplished something. Am I right? I'm right. All right, everyone. Well, oh well, it was a pleasure getting on this video once again on a Saturday morning. Because you know what? It's time for relaxation. Because I cleaned out the closet, which was awesome. And I swept the living room. And I cleaned up the bedroom. Not all that's on video, sorry. It was just I couldn't do it all on video today. Personal reasons. It wasn't the best. So I made the bed. I swept. I got the laundry in a laundry basket. And yeah, so that is a very important thing, is to keep your environment clean so you can do more fun things, right? And more adventures. Right. So stay tuned for more adventures to come through Kelly and Ryan's channel. What adventures do you all want to see next? Let me know. What do you challenge? What is your challenge? You see me do something what? Taking the O train? What do you want to see? Let me know. and we'll see what we can do. Do you like when I read? Do you like when I sing? Do you like when I talk about work? What do you all like? Because that's what I want to know from all of you wonderful followers. Just to let you all know, I'm happy to do all of these great videos. It just makes me feel great inside my heart. And you all want to know something? This little guy loves life just like his mom. Can you believe it? He's my hero. He's been my hero for many, 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 many years. This little guy has been through everything with me. And you want to know what? Without him by my side through life, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't know where I would be today. This little guy certainly makes my life easier every day. Just knowing to get up in the morning, that I have to get up in the morning, take this little guy for a walk, it's worth getting up every morning. Because you know what? There was one time in my life to tell you all that I didn't want to get up in the morning. I didn't want to go out in the society. I didn't want to go and do anything fun. I didn't want to play video. All I wanted to do is sit inside the apartment or the house and not really want to be out there in the community because my anxiety was so high, and it was actually very, very high. But thank goodness I have a fantastic people in my life who kicked me in the butt and said, you know what? It's time to move on from anxiety and you control your anxiety. Don't let anxiety control you. You control it by finding different ways to cope. Different ways to cope. Breathe through your nose, small breaths, take a walk. If you're a video gamer, play a video game. Drink some water. Communicate when you're anxious. Let somebody know around you. I'm feeling agitated today. What? And then they're going to ask you, why do you feel agitated? Sometimes you may not even know why you're agitated, but you're just agitated. And that's something that you got to learn to recognize. I feel agitated in this setting. So what can we do? What can we do to change the agitation? Distracting your mind. Maybe listening to music in that setting. Maybe communicate. Okay, this setting is not for me. This setting might be too much for my brain to handle. Like for me, sitting for a long period of time. I can't sit for a long period of time because I just get so bored so quick. So what do I do to distract my brain? I bring something with me, like a bracelet, like my Switch. I go with somebody who is extremely close to me. The other thing I do is I talk to my brain and I say to my brain, Kelly, you're going to go out there and you're going to try the next step in life. And you know what? It's been amazing. I started working at Walmart, 2007, I think, or 6. I can't remember the actual year. But it was one of the biggest challenges that I ever imagined I would deal with. Learning coping strategies, learning to communicate with management, coworkers, people around me didn't understand why I didn't communicate with them properly in a calm way. People didn't understand who I was. But you know what? Now I look back at that and I'm like, I've grown so much to who I am today. And you know what? I'm so thankful for all the people around me in life who have really really pushed me to where I am today. Because without any of those people in my life, I personally would have never been where I am today. I'm able to communicate, let people know what's really going on. I let people know when I'm upset. But when I'm upset, I've learned to say it in a nice, Ryan, please don't do that right now. In a nice, calm way. I don't get angry with them. I just say, I am anxious because of this. And or I feel angry when you do this, or when you do this, when you talk to me with a tone. Because I am a person and I need to be respected. Just because I have a developmental disability, it doesn't mean that I can't do a job. It just means, this is the most important thing, it just means this, that I can do it, but it might take me a little bit extra time to complete that task. So give me a chance at the task you want me to complete. Okay? Give me that chance. I may not be as fast as you right away, but you know what? Give me some time and I will get there. You know what? There's a very good part of my life that I could not say any of this to anybody. But now, thanks to my dad and my mom and Ryan and Ryan's family, and my dad and Brianna and DJ and Kalin and Anna and Papa and everybody, like just all the people I'm surrounded with. It's just a miracle that I am who I am today, because of all of those people who nipped me in the butt and told me, Kelly, you are going to do this. I know you're scared. I know you're anxious, but let's talk about it. And let's figure it out. Let's find a way to teach you the task that needs to be done at work. Whether I work on it at work or whether I work on it at home, that task is gonna get done. I work really hard at things to do in my life. It's very challenging for change. So, for an example, I went from a greeter to a store standard, from a store standard to a cashier, from a cashier to online grocery, from online grocery back to a floor associate. All of that was a big thing. Going from cash over to the floor was huge. It was scary. It was really scary. I didn't know how to vocabularize. I didn't understand what I was doing now. Like, I understood that I was confused. I couldn't vocabularize. I couldn't say I'm not sure about how to do this. I would just keep it all inside my little brain, and I didn't express. I don't know what I'm doing. But then you know what? Something amazing happened. If somebody recognized that I wanted to do the job, but I didn't know what I was doing. And so I ended up going from a floor associate in stationery over to cosmetics. And that's where I really shined, because I had an amazing, phenomenal department manager. She was amazing. She knew who I was. She taught me well. She only gave me one task at a time. And you know what? That worked for me. And that helped me grow into who I am. It really helped me grow at work, learning one step at a time. And don't take on the full job. Focus on one thing, then move on to the next. So the biggest thing with me is I focus on one thing. let's say today is focusing on zoning this one wall. I'll focus on a 4-foot section. When that's done, which is great, when that 4-foot section is gone, then guess what? You move on to the next 4-foot section or the next task. So somebody like me with a developmental disability, if you give me one task, I'm going to be okay. And I'm going to be calm and I'm going to understand what I'm doing. But if you come to me with this task right here, and then you're going to say, do this task, and then you're going to say, do this task, I'm going to get confused as to what I'm doing, because I'm going to try and make this person satisfied and happy, and I'm going to try and get this person satisfied and happy, and then another person comes over and says, Kelly, can I get you to do this? Then this person's asking me to do this. This person's asking me to do this. So in my brain, there's a tunnel. I call it a tunnel because it's called overloaded. When you overload me, that's when we have anxiety, behaviors, and not sure what to do. That's when my brain kind of explodes, and then I feel overwhelmed, feel like I failed everybody. But if you just do one thing at a time, then guess what? Then I understand what I'm doing. You're not gonna have anxiety. You're not gonna have someone overloaded and confused. You're gonna have somebody who knows what they're doing in the world of work, especially in the world of work. Because I know that there's a lot of people in this society with developmental disability who go to work on a regular basis, but at the end of the day, they feel they failed. They feel they failed because they didn't get everything done in that their list said to get done. So for an employer, if you have somebody working with you with a developmental disability, a lesson of this is try to find a way that will help them in the world of work. I mean, not everybody with a developmental disability is able to read and write. But if you look at somebody like me, I may not be able to write very well or read to, a big level in life. But that's when it's okay to say, hey, to an employer, like, hey Jenny, she's one of my coworkers. Can you help me understand what this says on the telethon? Because I don't understand what they want me to do. Or to Alicia, hey Alicia, I'm not really understanding what this means on the telethon today. And she goes, oh, okay. And then she'll take me to that section and she'll explain, oh, this is what they want you to do. They want you to feature fill. Oh, okay. Done. Because then I understand what I'm doing. Huge thing. So if you give the person with a developmental disability a chance to work with you and you get to understand the way they learn, they're going to work extremely hard to get the job done. But if you give them, let's say, 50 things to do, it's gonna be like a thunderstorm in their brain. That's the best way of explaining it. A thunderstorm in their brain. Because they want to make everyone happy. But you know what? How do you make everyone happy? You can't. You gotta find a fine line. Which is, instead of having 10 people come and ask you to do one job, to do 10 different jobs, what you can do is choose one person who's working that day, like one department manager or one assistant manager, to go to that person and say, hey, can you do this today? You'll have no problems. Okay, sure, done.
And when that task's done, then the assistant manager can just do a quick page. Hey, can you do this? Sure. Or when I'm done that job, I'll go to that same person and say, okay, what's next on your list today? And then they could tell me what's on the list. So anyway, so that is basically a very important message. I hope you all enjoyed the big speech of the day. I'm sorry it was so long this morning, but I wanted you all to know that just because somebody has a developmental disability does not mean they cannot be successful in society. You just gotta give them that chance to be all they can be. And all you have to do is give them the chance of being who they really are. Like me, I'm very lucky because I have an amazing job. I have amazing assistant managers. I have an amazing store manager. I have amazing department managers who really understand working with me. If you give me a task, that's cool. But don't give me 25 different tasks. And if there's going to be a change in my routine, come to me. Talk to me. Just say to me, hey, Kel, online grocery isn't busy today. Can I get you to cover electronics? Not a problem. Sure. Hey, Kel, I'm not, we're kind of got a little bit busier on cash. So can I switch you out with another associate in cosmetics? So that way they have someone in cosmetics and they have somebody on the cash. Not a problem. But it's how you ask the individual. You can ask with a gentle tone. You don't say, for an example, hey, go to cosmetics. Don't work for me like that. You ask, hey, Cal, can I get you to go into cosmetics today? Because we're short-staffed today. And online grocery isn't busy. You're gonna have it, no problem. But the moment you use a tone with me, or you're in a bad mood and you're snapping or you're angry inside about something, then you know what? I'm gonna stay away from you because I'm nervous and I don't know how to handle that situation. I'm nervous and I'm scared because I don't want to be rude. I don't want to hurt your feelings. So I'm going to tense up and I'm going to be anxious. And I'm not going to come to you and tell you, you're making me anxious because I'm afraid to hurt your feelings. And that's just part of who I am as a person. So remember, if you say to me, Kelly, can you do this? Absolutely, you're going to get a response that you want. No problem, done. There was a time in my life that would be hard for me even to accept change. But I've come a long way for that. Now you can come to me, hey, Kel, can you go to cosmetics? Sure. The only thing I'm going to ask is to make sure I have my break and my lunch. But there are times that people are like, go to cosmetics. No, I don't want to. You ask me, hey, Kel, can you go to cosmetics today? Done. Hey, Kel, can you go to electronics today? Done. Hey, Kel, can you do the overstock carts? Done. Hey, Kel, can you do the feature fill? Done. But you have to be respectful to me. And not just that. Anybody wants respect. And just because I'm special, just because I have a developmental disability does not mean that I can't do a job. I am the one who can do any job. You put your mind to it, you can do it. If I can do a job, you can do it. It might not be the same job I can do, but you can do it. Whether it's maintenance, whether it's stocking shelves, whether it's walking a dog, whether it's doing small tasks around your house, wiping down a table, cleaning up your room for your parents or your caregiver, whether it's just doing laundry, whether it's just taking a walk outside, whether any little tasks, you start small and then you work your way up step by step by step. When I first worked out at Walmart, it was a slow process. I was a greeter. Then from a greeter, I got the confidence to move up to the next level in life. I got the confidence to do carts, and that was huge. I was working outside, and that was big. I was working outside in all different weather, so I had to prepare myself for all different weather. For snow, rain, anything you could think of, hot weather. So I had to prepare myself for that. Every day I wake up, look at the weather. Then I went to cash. So that was a very, very big change because it was scary. But you know what? I still did it. And if I can do a job, so can you. Just because I'm able to do a cash and do different jobs, it's not for everyone, cashier. Working at Walmart isn't for every single person in the world. But small baby steps, really important. So if you want to try to do a different job, talk to your parents, talk to your caregiver. Let them know your goals. Let them know what you want to do. Whether it's just learning to take an OC transpo, whether it's learning to take the O train, whether it's learning to go to a gym and work out, whether it's learning to read a book, whether it's learning to care for yourself in a better way, whether it's healthy eating habits, there's so many things I can just discuss. But the blog of the day is this: independent is amazing. But there are things to know to being independent. I am very lucky because I have wonderful skills. And there are a lot of you people, there's a lot of people who I know that have the skills and they just don't know. Just like me. I didn't know where I would be today. I didn't know I would have an amazing man, an amazing boyfriend, a great service dog, a great job, a great family, great friends. I didn't know I would have all of this. I didn't know any of it. But now, wow. I have everything I've ever dreamed of. I may have all the fun things, like I may have a lot of electronics, but you know what? Just because I have those electronics doesn't make me better than anybody else. Doesn't make it. They're items. They're items. But people are more important than items. Like, I have Ryan, who's amazing. I have my dad. I have sisters. I have my brother. I have so many wonderful people in my life. But you know what? The electronics mean something to me. Those people mean more. So you can have every single electronic device and sit on the couch, play a video game, but your friends and family are way more important. I'm sure you all love this video because I talk a lot about history, about my life, and about how challenging it can be to be me. But you know what? There's one thing. I could tell you this. This is the last line of the day. The last line for this video anyways. You have to want it to get it. You have to go to it to receive it. So don't just sit there and wait for something to come to you in life. You go to it. Very important. You go to it. It's the last thing I say today on Facebook. You go to it. It will come to you. Like, to have a job, to apply for a job or anything, The job ain't gonna go to you. You have to go to it. Walmart didn't come to me. I went to it. Just like all the other opportunities. I had to go to it. It didn't come to me. And I always say, a lot of people will say, oh, no, he can't do that. A lot of people have said to me about their children or their child with a developmental disability. And you know what I say to them? I say, don't ever say that that person can't do that, because you know what? People said to Kelly, you'll never have a full-time job. What do I have? A full-time job. They said Kelly will never have a real relationship with an amazing man. What is it? I have an amazing man. I'll never be able to take care of a dog. What happened? I could take care of my own dog. I would never be able to take a bus independently. Can I do it? Yes. I would never be able to do arts and crafts. Guess what? As you all know, I can. And then, so the moral of the story is this, is yes, I can and I will. People were shocked that I was able to do an online grocery business. People were shocked that I was able to make customers happy. People thought I would never be at Walmart for more than maybe a month or two. But look at me now. 13 years later, where am I? Still at Walmart, and I'm very, very successful there. And you know what? And I thank everybody, for all of what they've done. They've given me the confidence, they've given me the support that I need, and not just that, they've helped me grow into the wonderful young lady that I have become. Without all of those people in my life, there's no way I would be where I am today. So I thank you all for all the support and everything you've done for me in my life, and it's just a miracle. Right now I still say, have I woken up from a dream or something? Because, I thank you all, and I thank just the world for acceptance, especially in the world of work. I feel accepted. I feel listened to. I felt listened to the other day. I went to my co-manager and I said, for the online grocery, I said, you know what? This is what needs to be done. We need to make sure that all the orders are in order. So we can't have it in 5 different places. We need to have it all in one. One order in one beside it, and so on and so forth. So I suggested that to my manager, to my department manager, to assistant managers, and to a co-manager. And you know what happened? I felt listened to. Big time. I was listened to. Then the co-manager goes to the department manager and says, can we please work on this? And you know what happened? My heart opened up. I not only felt listened to, I felt appreciated. I felt like wow, they're actually listening to me. It was like my heart wanted to open up to this much. Because it was just like a miracle. Sometimes we don't feel like we're being listened to by management or our parents. But if you just sit back, take a deep breath, and listen to how you're communicating, it's all the difference. If I go to him, I say, this is the problem, but if I go to him, I go, hey, listen, I have a great idea. How about we do it like this, so that way it's easier for the associates to grab the orders. Would you like it like that? Or going, oh man, they never do this, they never do that, they never do this. What's better? Asking politely or being aggressive about it? Being nice about it, expressing yourself in a calm way. And that's the most important thing is calm body. Calm, calm, calm. I'm going to say that to everybody out there. Calm body, calm mind makes it so much easier to communicate with everybody out. Every single person out there. Calm is so important. If you have a calm brain and a calm body, then when you're expressing, you're calm about it. But if you're all hyped up and ready to argue and fight like a Highlander, then guess what? No one's gonna listen. Because who wants someone to go and say, hey, this is the way it is. Make sure this is done. Make sure that. No. You know, calmness is extremely, extremely important. So I want to say to all of you, just remember the lesson is you can do whatever you want in life. Just you got to go to it. It won't come to you. I just want to say thank you so much for listening to my video of the day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I hope everyone listens to this, and I hope employers out there really understand that just because we're special doesn't mean that we can't do the job that you want done. And if it is too hard, then you know what? Find a way to teach us. Because we're willing to learn as long as you're willing to teach. Thank you.